Topic 1.5, State Building in Africa from 1200 to 1450. Tribe versus clan. Today we're going to dive a bit into a concept that was pretty prevalent in Africa, much like in the Americas before 1450. Societies were largely shaped by tribal and clan-based structures. Understanding the dynamics of these societies can be a doorway to understanding a significant part of global history. Imagine communities, each with its distinct set of traditions, languages, and beliefs, sort of like individual libraries, holding unique collections of human experiences and knowledge. That's what tribal communities in Africa were, and in some places still are. Picture the Maasai in Kenya and Tanzania, vibrant and rich with history, and very tall, or the spiritual and grounded life of the Himba in Namibia. These communities have fostered deep connections with their traditions, passing down rituals, languages, and practices that are steeped in ancestral spirituality and religion. Now, when we talk about clans, think of it as extended family gatherings, where you would have everyone from your second cousin to distant uncles, all sharing the same surname, or metaphorically speaking, a common history, language, and practices. You see, being part of a clan or tribe in African cultures goes beyond just sharing a family tree. It's about sharing lives, solving problems together, and protecting each other. A profound sense of loyalty and unity that binds individuals to their clans and tribes. And you would find that each person's identity was deeply rooted in their clan or tribe, a beautiful mosaic of shared stories and experiences that paint a picture of unity and diversity, fostering a sense of belonging and an intricate network of relationships. Factors that matter for Africa. Islam, which sprang to life through the profound teachings of Prophet Muhammad, hinges on the core belief of monotheism, revering one God known as Allah. Muhammad's insights and teachings, chronicled meticulously in the Holy Quran, lay down the philosophical framework of Islam, guiding its followers on the path of righteousness and faith, and in Africa in particular, informing both trade and the cult of kingship. And here's where we delve deeper. Think of the religion as a tree with 5 strong branches, each representing a pillar that supports and nourishes the spiritual growth of a Muslim. These 5 pillars, kind of like the golden rules of Islam, are fundamental practices that help foster a life grounded in faith and good deeds. First up, we have the Shahada, a heartfelt declaration acknowledging the oneness of God and Muhammad as his prophet. Pictured as the foundation stone of Islam, articulating the central belief that binds the community together. Next, we move to Salat, a daily ritual that beckons individuals to pause and engage in prayer 5 times a day, creating moments of reflection and connection with the divine as they bow down to Makkah and Medina. Following Salat, we have Zakat, a beautiful practice encouraging individuals to earmark a portion of their wealth annually to help those in need, fostering a society grounded in compassion and communal harmony. Then there's Psalm, observed during the holy month of Ramadan. It's a time for fasting, self-reflection, and a spirited commitment to empathy, where individuals abstain from dawn till dusk, a symbolic gesture to cultivate self-discipline and understanding. Finally, we reach the Hajj, a spiritual journey undertaken to the sacred city of Makkah. It's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime milestone event, symbolizing unity, equality, and the shared spiritual journey of millions. Established in the early 8th century, the Trans-Saharan Trade Network connected the Mediterranean and Sub-Saharan Africa, reaching its zenith between the 8th and 16th centuries. It facilitated the exchange of gold, salt, ivory, and slaves across the Sahara Desert. This network also served as a vital conduit for the spread of Islam, influencing African regions deeply. Significant African empires such as Mali and Songhai emerged due to the economic opportunities this trade route fostered. By the 19th century, the arrival of European colonizers and the development of maritime trade routes diminished the network's prominence, marking a shift in economic and cultural focal points. From the 3rd century BCE to the 17th century, the Indian Ocean Trade Network connected the East African coast with South Asia, Southeast Asia, and East Asia, centering around the Indian Ocean. This network was a cornerstone in the global trade system of the pre-modern era. It facilitated the exchange of diverse goods, such as cloves from the Moluccas, black pepper from Kerala, textiles from India, and gold. This vibrant trade network also encouraged the diffusion of Islam, deeply influencing regions like Indonesia and coastal East Africa, along with fostering advancements in fields such as astronomy and navigation. Empires rose because of the economic opportunities the network created, with regions witnessing architectural marvels and a fusion of culinary flavors. Key hubs included cities like Calicut in India and Malacca in the Malay Peninsula. Technological advancements such as the adoption of the astrolabe and the compass were pivotal, aiding mariners in exploring open seas with a renewed sense of direction. Post-classical Africa. The post-classical era in African history, from the 5th to the late 15th century, stood as a time of vital shifts in various spheres of society. Significant empires such as the Kingdom of Ghana, the Mali Empire, and the Songhai Empire marked this period. Each brought unique contributions to the African civilization. Under Mansa Musa, Mali blossomed economically and architecturally. Songhai, meanwhile, fostered education and law. Islam infiltrated the continent largely through trade networks, not only altering religious practices, but reshaping art, governance, and societal norms, paving the way for enriched intellectual and philosophical dialogues. Trade networks like the Trans-Saharan and the Indian Ocean played crucial roles, acting as avenues for the exchange of goods and ideas, thereby nourishing an environment of economic symbiosis and intellectual cross-pollination. Technological strides in fields such as agriculture and metallurgy marked this era, with iron technology revolutionizing agricultural practices and new architectural techniques leading to monumental structures. The era drew to a close with increased interactions with Europeans, setting the stage for a period characterized by colonization and a reshaped geopolitical and economic landscape in Africa. Let's look deeper. Ghana, in the heartland of West Africa, in the regions currently known as southeastern Mauritania and western Mali, the powerful kingdom of Ghana rose and held sway around 300 CE to 1000 CE. This ancient empire controlled the robust trade network, at the heart of which was the trade of gold and salt, facilitated by North African Berbers, acting as intermediaries with Europe. Although a rich tapestry of beliefs adorned the spiritual life of Ghana, no centralized religion dominated. Ghana was a mosaic of vassal states, orchestrated harmoniously under a potent monarch whose residence bore the grandeur of Kumbi Sala. Despite the existing fragmented structure, there existed a rich cultural tradition that nurtured unity and diversity. The story of Ghana came to a pause as the Mali Empire absorbed its territory, marking an end yet leaving an indelible imprint in history through its rich cultural tapestries. Mali. Succeeding Ghana, the Mali Empire emerged around the 13th century, founded by the legendary Sundiata Keita, the Lion King. Sundiata chose Niani as the empire's pulsating heart, from where the vast stretches of modern-day Mauritania, Senegal, Guinea, and Niger were governed. A notable ruler, Mansa Musa, the richest man in history, elevated the empire to unimaginable heights of wealth and scholarship. He wasn't just a king, but a visionary, establishing Timbuktu as a beacon of learning, endowed with libraries echoing with profound thoughts. Mansa Musa's Hajj is an unparalleled event in history, as he treaded the trans-Saharan routes to Makkah, narrating the grandeur of Mali to the distant lands, and destabilizing their economies. Yet every peak has a descent, and by the 15th century, Mali experienced a decline, giving way to the Songhai Empire, but not before fostering a remarkable era united under Islam and marked by unprecedented architectural and scholarly achievement. Songhai. As Mali waned, the Songhai Empire, with Sani Ali at its helm, commenced its reign in the 15th century. Situated in what we now know as Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, it held dominion over vast territories that even extended into modern Senegal, Mauritania, and Ghana. The heartbeat of this empire was in the vibrant city of Gao, an epicenter of culture and learning, resonating with the teachings and philosophies of a rich civilization. Much like its predecessors, the Songhai Empire thrived on the gold and salt trades, transversing the trans-Saharan routes. But the golden age of Songhai met a catastrophic end in the late 16th century as Moroccan invaders seized control, driven by a burgeoning slave trade that left the once majestic empire in ruins. Swahili Coast, stretching from the northern landscapes of Somalia to the southernmost parts of Mozambique, the Swahili Coast bore witness to a vibrant blend of African, Arab, and Persian influences. The region became a vibrant hub of trade, culture, and intellectual discourse, hosting city-states such as the fortified Great Zimbabwe, a testimony to the unity and architectural might of the Swahili people. The city-states flourished, united not just by trade networks that linked the vast reaches of the Indian and trans-Saharan routes, but by the harmonious echoes of various Bantu languages, reverberating in the bustling markets and vibrant bazaars, narrating tales of a rich cultural tapestry woven with threads of different origins. Ethiopia. Ethiopia, a tapestry of ancient traditions nestled in the Horn of Africa, stands as a testimony to a rich Christian and a little bit Jewish legacy in a region largely dominated by Islam. As one of the oldest nations to retain its sovereignty, Ethiopia harbors a rich cultural diversity, home to over 80 ethnic groups, each with a distinctive story, yet united under a federal parliamentary republic. The nation's heartbeat echoes in the Amharic language, a unifying force amidst a mosaic of traditions. Yet it is its Christian faith that shines prominently, a beacon of the nation's indomitable spirit, reflecting a rich lineage of Orthodox Christian traditions, a resolute island in a sea of changing tides, narrating an age-old tale of faith, resilience, and unity amidst diversity.